I keep and manage.
Hey, how'd you like to help a person in need? The feral beast ruined everything. I don't know how the Bosmer survive out in the wilderness like this. I was part of a research expedition sent to investigate the ruins of Root Sunder, an Ultima city swallowed by the jungle centuries ago. I took a short leave to retrieve supplies. What? No, they're dead. What I need is their journals. Each researcher kept notes on their finds. If I can get the journals to Eldenroot, the expedition isn't... It's surprising to get help from a stranger out here. Thank you. 3 journals should be enough. Knowing the horse and dogs that live out here, I mean that literally, this city was part of an early colonization attempt. The jungle was infamous for being untamable, but our best minds took that as a challenge. The story goes they built a... Honestly, who knows? Root Sunder has been a ghost story for centuries. There may have never been a real Root Sunder, but this certainly looks like a lost city, and if it will get my name...
I've heard tell of your devout work at the holy site of Torino. Divines bless you.
Excuse me, I hate to bother you, but are you from this area? Could you help me find my husband? My husband is a talented minstrel. Very talented. We live in Auridon, but he came to Grahtwood to play for new faces. He was only supposed to be gone for a few... No! And this isn't the first time. His songs, you see, they make the heart soar. He has many ardent admirers, and his will isn't so strong. Sorian is very much aware of the depths of his talent. That can rub some people the wrong way. I do hope he hasn't landed in trouble He's already well known across Auridon, but with the rise of the Dominion, all of Valenwood opened up to him. Places we couldn't travel before. He wanted his famed songs of love and romance. He says he can only sing about those things which resonate with his soul. But I've begun to No. He intended to play every inn across Valenwood. I went to see if he made it to South Point, but I was turned away by soldiers. This is my first trip to Grahtwood, so I don't... Songs of love and...
Yep, still seeing... Captain, are there two of you standing there? Oh, I thought you were someone else. I guess I'm still seeing double. And also hallucinating. I was quartermaster on the Albatross until Broughty Bloodshark led a mutiny. He and his traitors captured most of the crew while we explored the Cave of Broken Sails for a lost treasure.
You aren't with the Dominion, are you? I'm captain of the independent sailing vessel Albatross. We found a map to an Imperial treasury that... We're tired of sailing independently. We planned to hand over the treasure to the Thalmor so they could make us privateers. But Broughty Bloodshark led a mutiny. Of course. You're the only hope I have of getting my wife back from Broughty Bloodshark. I'll tell you everything I know about the Imperial death traps inside. Broughty Bloodshark thinks she can unravel the secrets of the treasure's guardians. He'll keep her alive until she's no longer useful. Undead guardians. The Imperials must really want to keep people away from the treasure if they resorted to necromancy. I ran. Sword arm was useless, and there's no way I can rescue my crew if I'm dead. Didn't realize so few of us escaped. But you're nowhere near. All right. You can access the cave through the old mine behind me. Oh, and if you spot any of my crew...
Help! Is anyone there? Help! I surrender! Wait, you're not one of those. A sailor on the Albatross. There was a mutiny. Broughty Bloodshark captured us and forced us to set off the traps in this damned cave. He's my trained monkey. Well, he's more than that. Full-fledged crew monkey of the Albatross. We have him untie hard-to-reach knots in the reef. The captain's alive? Rachin's luck. That's good news. Listen, Broughty Bloodshark is dead set on getting into the Imperial Vault. If Captain Linwen sent you to... Here, take this bag of dried fruit. Toss some at the disarming mechanism, and Nutal will do the rest. That little guy is the only way I made it through.
Excuse me. I say excuse me? I do beg your pardon, but would you happen to be amongst the living? Oh, thank the stars. I've been trapped in this dank catacomb for countless years. I'm bound here by a powerful... Oh, a simple ritual designed to keep this facility staffed with undead for hundreds of years. But Imperial mages decided to meddle, and it cost us our... well, it was my ritual. 3 Imperial mages hired me to turn condemned prisoners into an undead... If it isn't too much, well, it was my ritual. 3 Imperial... those small-minded fools were too concerned with politics. They thought if they could control the ritual itself, they'd have no need for me.
The undead don't eat, sleep, or breathe. They make perfect guardians for a place such as this.
Arya, Taldius, and their small-minded commander, Mucius. When their imperfect grasp, because they thought the principles of necromantic binding were the same as conjuration circles. Instead, the magic flowed through their very minds, turning to...
thought I'd never
Free at last.
You work fast. Bullock found us and told us what happened. All we had... You work fast.
See? Nuttall has more sense in him than half the Albatross crew.
Have we met? The two of you look familiar.
You work fast. Let me see those papers. Preservation room. Oh no. It must be why he needs my wife. The writing on the back of Fainir's map was coded, except for the phrase, preservation ritual. The last we saw, Bosun Fearon guarded the long hall into the great cavern. If that crafty bastard sees me approach, if he hasn't already fallen to the undead, I want you to hold his attention while we slip by and free up some more of my crew. Oh.
It's you again, isn't it? Do you have the skulls? Wonderful. If you simply hand me the skulls, I'll be able to reverse... Oh my... I keep forgetting. You're the one who seems ghostly to me, you see. You'll need to do this then. If you enter the Can't you see it? Oh, right. The walls. There's a lever around here that opens a secret passage.
His power keeps growing. It's nothing like we practiced.
There's too much power! I can't contain it!
Something's wrong. His body isn't like the others.
Done it. You freed me. Those fools thought they were necromancers. But in their ignorance, they killed and raised I don't know. With the ritual ended, the undead in this facility should slow.
You'll not get past me!
Nice work back there. Nuttall found an old vent that led to this chamber. More climbing than I'd have liked, but we made it through. My crew is making short work of the mutineers behind us, but they are agreed. But we need to draw him out. Otherwise, he'll order the mutineers to kill my crew. And if he sees my face, with fire. There's a barrel of kindle pitch on the docks. If you burn the Imperial war supplies on the docks, everyone will be too focused on putting it out. Here, take this whistle. Give it a sharp blast, and my crew will help you fight any mutineers in your path. Once they're distracted, move to flank!
Fools! What are you doing out there?
Spread out!
That's all you can manage. I'll kill you myself. Did the captain put you up to this? I'll kill you myself. You came a long way to die, stranger.
have to get out of here. You don't understand. He's insane. He'll keep trying to... Then it's over. There's no way the mutineers will fight without him. Toward the end, he frightened even his most loyal. Thank the gods. If only I'd burned the cursed map to this place. But perhaps there's something to salvage here. The Dominion will welcome a cave. You must know of our raids across the Long Coast. Well, that's behind us now. The treasure will wipe our debts clean so we can put our talents to use in the Queen's own navy.
The traitors lost their fight once you killed Broughty Bloodshark. I'd rather hang the lot of them. What we first planned to do. Once we inventory the weapons and supplies in this cave, we'll present the list to the Thalmor. If they like what they see, we were. But those days are over. I should have seen they never would be for Broughty Bloodshark. The damnable thing is, he was an excellent first mate. Those who planned it will hang. The rest who were forced into it, they can leave, unless my crew objects. I need to spend some time with Fainir. Before you go, it may not be much, but Bulag scraped together a reward. We can't exactly pay you in catapults, not if we want the Dominion to take us in, because it's the unluckiest thing I could think of. The sight of those birds terrifies sailors from one end of Tamriel to the other. You'd think they were Daedric princes with wings. I don't want my ship filled with superstitious fools moaning about the Draugr below the waves, or cursed gold and treasure chests. I want a straight-backed crew ready to knock...
The captain will decide what to do with you.
Broughty Bloodshark was crazy.
Hurry up. We have treasure to load.
Can't say where the Albatross will head next, but you're always welcome aboard. None of us will forget what you did. Saving our lives is a little more than just help. Next time you see us, we'll be privateers. Nuttall and I are...
No passing through the Grey Mire, citizen. If you want to gawk at Argonians, you'll have to do it else. Last year, these Argonians showed up and begged for asylum. The Wood Elves gave them the Grey Mire. Their business, really. But now there's a Dominion, so we're at war. We can't have pact sympathizers plotting in the shadow of Eldenroot. Look, Officer Paranel wants...
Soldier, I appreciate your vigilance, but the Argonians in the Grey Mire are guests. Refrain from any further displays of zeal, or I'll have you scrub down the barricade. Dismissed. If you're here to complain about the Argonian refugees, there's nothing I can do. They're to remain behind the barricade. Praise Ifrei, someone who isn't going on about Argonian spies. Last year, this tribe arrived in Grahtwood as refugees. But because we're all part of the Dominion now, my superiors can't decide what to do with them. Absolutely not. This entire tribe was enslaved by Dark Elves. They have more reason to hate the Ebonheart Pact than you or I. But someone in Eldenroot decides to set an example, and now there are barricades. It's why I need outside help. Here's a list of the tribe's leaders. I need to know why they refuse to speak with us. Unless my report says they're cooperating, my superiors have an excuse to exile them. Soldiers and barricades aren't exactly a welcoming feast. But unless the Argonians are willing to speak with us, Otarte is some kind of spiritual leader, friendly sort. Slimjar fishes for a living, with eyes as cold and dead as her catches. As for no. As a justiciar, the Thorma Inner Council directs me to investigate and enforce Dominion law. They've never given me soldiers.
Summon the blood sacrifice.
Unexpected. I will call forth someone more worthy of your strength. These mortals are strong, but not strong enough.
Welcome. What brings you to the grave? Then you're a wandering soul, much like our tribe was? Without the gracious Wood Elves, we would still roam Tamriel in search of a new home. Once the Dominion... Please, ask me anything. The Dominion capital is the Wood Elf city of Elden Root. The bulk of its armies are Wood Elf soldiers. I see no difference between the tribe's leadership will soon meet to discuss this matter. Some fear the Dominion plan to enslave us, as the Dark Elves once did. I hope to put this absurdity to rest. You're welcome to attend the meeting, Wander. We were slaves to Dark Elves for generations. When the Ebonheart Pact formed, we refused to fight beside our former captors. They called us traitors and banished us from our lands. We asked the Wood Elves here for temporary shelter. Instead, they gave us the Greymire. All they asked was that we work the land and set aside some of our... In Black Marsh, I was a tree minder. I tended the Hist, the great trees of our people. Here I will become a spinner, to speak with the trees of Grahtwood. We've always thought that without the Hist, there can be no hatchlings. But with Ifra's guidance, I will find a way. Think of it. Argonians native to Grahtwood.
What's going on? I'm up. I'm awake. I was dreaming of speckled fish. Now I'm hungry and wet. Explain yourself. Despite what you may have heard, a bucket of water to the face isn't a traditional Argonian greeting. But I'm not one. As long as I can raise my guar and sleep in the shade, I don't care who rules this land. We want to live. I'd find somewhere else to sleep in the shade. Some of the rough skins in this village might not see it the same way. I wouldn't go throwing buckets of water on the meeting. I nearly slept through it. Udate wants to discuss the grumbling about the barricades. I've roamed from one end of Tamriel to the other. handling vicious beasts along the way. In all that time, I've never lost a finger. But the moment when my tribe left the Black Marsh, we brought along our native wildlife. None wanted the job, so I took charge. I prefer beasts to people. More pragmatic. It doesn't. But when you're the one who keeps the Wamasu calm, nobody gets on your bad side. Ha! I had you. The tribe sees one.
Begone, outsider. You have no place here. I speak with warriors, not spoiled eggs. Your words are drenched in honey. How far do you stick your tongue? I hunt and I fish. I do it better than the rest. The others respect my strength. This tribe has forgotten how to survive. You want to know my role? No matter how far this tribe wanders, they will always bathe elven boots with their tongues. Dark elves, high elves, a Nord with pointed ears would do. By Dominion, you mean Queen Irene. She's like any dark elf matron, but her lash is an army of Thalmor lackeys. The Wood Elves and Khajiit are the worst. Enough questions. Utate called a meeting to discuss the barricades. If you're so eager to learn...
Thank you for coming, all of you. We have all heard the grumblings, but if this is to be our home, we must end this talk of defying the Dominion.
You tail-lifting fool! Do we ignore the slave pen they built around us? This wood elf god you follow corrupts your mind.
If Frick can give us hatchlings, Slimjaw, peace with the Dominion is our only chance of survival.
While you whisper to trees, the Dominion measures our wrists for manacles. I cannot allow this.
Slimjaw, what are you saying?
Utate! You turn our people away from the Hist. I sanction you for your heresy.
Slimjaw, no!
Hail Sithis!
I knew of Slimjaw's anger, but to murder Utate, didn't you hear her? She leapt crest first from the cliffs of madness. The anger has burned a hole through her good sense. Slimjaw was once a shadow scale, a holy assassin feared throughout Black Marsh. To sanction Utate as she did was a signal. Her hunters will lie in wait for whatever. If one Dominion soldier dies at the hands of these fools, my entire tribe will pay for it. So yes, we need to kill them, if it isn't too much trouble. But that tiny guar sniffing at your ankle, don't worry, it means he likes you. Sweep the beach camps for Slimjaw's hunters. I'll round up a few trusted friends and check the forest camps. Well, we should hurry. If any of Slimjaw's hunters attack Dominion soldiers, my tribe is doomed. I trained the little one to work with the hunters. He's quite familiar with their scent. If they're...
lightning. Hail, Sithis!
You're still breathing. Good. Breathing is good. Slimjaw is deeper in the sea cave. She's trying to gain control of Mother Lightning. If she manages this, the giant lizards with lightning in their teeth are Wamasu. Mother Lightning laid their eggs and nurtured them to hatching. Everything about her is twice their size. I was once a shadow scale, just like... Yes, the one chewing on that hunter's spine. She's a feisty one. I'll return to the village and chase away the Wamasu. If they sense Mother Lightning is in danger, they might... Good luck, friend. But with Eager Teeth by your side, you should... Argonians born under the sign of the Shadow are special. Some are taken at birth and trained as assassins. We followed the god Sithis, and through his consort... Slimjaw and I first came to this tribe as liberators. But for every Argonian we freed, the Dark Elves tortured 10.
Circle around.
From the sides!
You there, halt! There's great danger ahead. You there, halt! There's great danger ahead. South Point is currently off limits. You'll need to keep back for your own. The citizens of South Point are killing each other in the streets. I've seen nothing like it. Captain Alonthor may need help evacuating survivors.
You're back. You stopped Slimjaw then. I see. You'll be missed, Eager Teeth. But this is no time to mourn. Officer Parwinell grows impatient with our None of the others will speak with her. They fear she'll find out about the fighting. So they cling to silence and hope I make it all go away. But I'm a terrible... I don't want the tribe forced out of its home. These people, my people, they found hope in the grave. As you should. I just hope what you think is right is what's best for my tribe.
Now just calm down. I haven't made any decisions yet.
This is it. The Dominion plan to drive us out of Grahtwood.
My scouts reported sounds of battle along the beaches. This forces my hand. If I can't explain this immediately, my superiors will hear about this and assume the worst. I need you to tell me what's going on in the Grey Mire. Where are they? Good. It seems I have little choice. If there are rebellious elements in the Grey Mire, I have to recommend the tribe be exiled. If you can assure me these people can be trusted, I'll push for them to remain. But if you have any doubts, speak plainly. Then that's all I need for my report. My superiors won't be happy, but I'm sure they'll get used to the idea eventually. Thank you for seeing the truth of the matter. I hope to have those wretched wooden barricades down within the month. Argonians of the Grey Mire, as long as this tribe pledges itself to the Dominion, you will always have a home in Grahtwood.
If it means we belong, we'll pledge. Right, Shatuna?
Yes, praise the divines. Whatever allows us to stay.
I'm glad you're all so excited. Please, if you have any questions, I'll answer what I can.
Yeah!
Wonderful. Thought I'd be yapping here for eternity. Blasted wormies only have eyes for the empty ones. Very well. Tie me to your belt and we... How can you breathe? You just do without thinking much about it. It's the same with me in talking. Or worm cultist dig... Yes! Pieces of me are all over the place. It's rather disconcerting. I'm probably not the first skeleton you've had to reassemble, and I doubt I'll be the last. But once I'm walking again, we can pick... Ah! Quite the view from up here, eh? I meant the landscape. Don't get any ideas.
I've heard tales of your valor and Esgoon. Bravely done.
Hurade oko. Jijota. Hurade oko. Jijota. Hurade oko. Jijota.
The working of steel is a war. This one is sometime.
I hate clutter, mess, and chaos.
Are you not afraid?
I assume you went far.